All right. 1, 2, mic check. Check the microphones. Check here. Esoteric live. Live esoteric. Voices of Sarpo. Sound content premier platform here. Let's see. Let me make sure we are all good to go on sound before we get the music going here. Yeah, let's see. Hey guys, welcome. If my sound is good, let me know. Let's do sound verification here. Let's see. Yes, I'm live, but I can see the video here. Let's see. All right, going here. Yeah, but I can see the video here. Let's see. All right, this sound is wonderful. All right, going here. Yeah, but I can see the video here. Let's see. All right, this sound is wonderful. All right, going here. Perfect. All right, guys, welcome to Voices of Sarpo, the brand new edition of the show. We are back again. Yeah, welcome, guys. Welcome, brand new edition of the show here.
wadere mo wadere mo wadere. Kana ble wani amoga. Sini ma kwada za ukweza. Kanyo za kwe konga wasenyo da ipepe. Yeble ko mo blade ko nyo bode ko nyo yimo. Tere wa. Ina tere wa we. Prezo mo wadere. Prezo mo wadere zoom. Represent the sunny bottom. I go black. Money for nothing go far. Representative. Speaker of the house. Like you. I won't hold you. He like you, but yeah. I go. In a day, one way. Boy, you're not your boy, no, not you. Glad you're babu now. Tell wow, Brazola, tell wow, tell wow, tell wow. In a blue amoga. Kainaga. Kainaga, naga. I want you naga. No one wait for naga. Glad you're naga. That one, that you naga o. Blow na tere serane, preso na tere serane. Owa tere we. Kena po blow yo buja blow yo want some. Say the man kwada se okweza pepe. Money we blow man decide you. Tere wa o, tere wa o. Ina speaker. How's your baby smooth? Moro yo say aboja. Aboja de o. Mona tere wa. Amo konyo baya lewe. Presola tere wa o. Hinaka yenue. Ayanu zwana no gaseboni. Mosia kwanwe. Mosia ministre. Denyenwe. Na tere wa o. Wa o. Ina buwa. Ina bogru wezwe. Na bogru wezu. Na bogru wema. Na bogru wezu ese ka udede. Ruji, the hands of the radio. In one is a you. I walk a bit of some more. No more jaddo. You're not telling you wow. Wow. And they say, yeah, this are you. Man said, you got you. Do well. Ina duwani aswa. Ina juonaga. Ina juonaga. Hawa juonaga so. Terewa. Ina terewa o brono. Brazola terewa o kwagala terewa. Ola terewa o konaga. Blani amoga. Ina beuni amoga da jigwe lo brono we. Jibi aswa, pogbo no wayo, no we mono jio, ina mono jio, blanyo. amoga yirma yoge bayi. Akonseri awi bebe. Charuji wa. Jaya so se wo pa wi. Tere wa we. Yo wa dele. Ina yo wa dele. Mo bo dele zuwe. Mo no bo dele, mo wa dele, mo bo dele, mo wa dele. Kana ble wani amoga. Sini ma kwa de se okweza. Kenyo sa ko kwe konga wa senyo dai pepe. Yeble wo mo blade konyo. Tere wa we. Prezo mo wa tere. Prezo mo wa tere zoom. Represent the sun bono. Laina ga o gladio. Money fanatico fa. Represent. Speaker of the house. Gladio. Kabon polio. Ila nyoma ja. Tere wa we. Tere wa o. Ena ka dono. You are not your boy. You are not your boy no gonna divo. Glad your babu ebo now. Tere wa o dono. Brazola tere wa o. Tere wa o. Tere wa o dono. Ina ble bani amoga. Ena ka. Naga, I watch one naga, no one wait for naga, like I do naga. Go that one, I do naga. No, you're not telling Serani. Presola Serani, or what did I wait? In a book on your book, you want some. See, you know what I say, with a money will blow man beside you. There wow. Wow. In a speaker, I'll say a very small. More you say, I will tell you. Mona telewa, Mona telewa. I'm a gonyo by a lewe. Presola telewa. In a guy, I am no one and no gasebony. Mosia Kwanwe Mosia Minister, then you know, not tell wow. In a book, money no and is a you. I walk your baby some more. You go to the wall. You're not telling you wow. And they say, yeah, this are you. Man, say, you got you. You will. In a that you want your son. In a do naga. Do naga. In a do naga. Do naga. How are you naga? So. Ina tele wa o brono. Presola tele wa o kwagala.
1, 2, mic check. 1, 2. I think I'm having sound.
Check 1, 2. I think I'm having sound. Check 1.
Okay, I'm good. All right. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome again to another brand new edition of Voices of Sarpo in the Diaspora with that Sarpo the Esoteric coming to you live from these United States of America, from the state of Maryland. Okay, let me bring my man Patrick here so we can do some little commercials, and the co-host Shirley Snare will join us shortly. All right, before I bring Patrick here, let me do this quickly. I'll be right back.
Audio Jungle.
Hey, hold on there and listen. The biggest online platform is back and we are ready. It's the Voice of Sarpo in the Diaspora, your one-stop for information, debate, and discovery. Join us every Thursday at 12 o'clock p.m. EST, 4 o'clock p.m. GMT, and 12 midnight in the Philippines, where power, progress, and the people take center stage. The program is with your host, Sarpo the Esoteric, the mouthpiece of the God, and your brilliant co-host, Shadow Snare. They are bringing the heat, the truth, and the talk every single week with spotlight, polls, education, politics, and so much more. Listen and listen very well. The program features deep dives and critical analysis from Christian Tababo, Patrick Bolu, Sarah Ellis, Sam Walker, and Sagacious Success Barlow. Don't miss out. Catch us live on Facebook and YouTube. Just search Voice of Sarpo in the Diaspora. The program is every Thursday, and you know why? We bring the conversation to you. Voice of Sarpo in the Diaspora, where your voice matters.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, again, welcome to your premier platform here. Let me bring my man Patrick. Hey, Patrick.
Oh yeah, what's up? See you. How you doing?
I'm great.
Yeah. Belated.
I'm getting feedback. You got another device on? I'm getting feedback.
My end?
Yes.
Feedback in the form of a noise or what?
Yeah, like it's like echo.
Echo. Okay. I don't know. Maybe the building. I don't know. Let me see.
So when I talk, all right, yeah, when you get on mute, then it's okay. But unmute yourself, let's see. No, you are mute right now. You are mute.
Is it? It's okay?
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Okay. All right. So let me say belated happy Easter marriage to you and the CEO.
Yeah,
I mean, yesterday.
Patrick, before you go ahead on that, you can say on mute. It was just a regular celebration. It was not an anniversary or nothing like that. We're just, having fun. So it wasn't a milestone. We just talked to, have some. I know marriage is, it's long committed something, right? So you just have to spice it up. So we just thought to, celebrate ourselves yesterday. So we never had a milestone, just to be clear with that.
I understand it was never a milestone. And, philosophers don't get married so easily. And having one in the 21st century to get married, it's not something easy. And so that's what caught my attention yesterday when I saw the little get-together. It was so colorful. It was the pageantry of love was on display yesterday. And I could see love in the air, in the blue skies. Yeah, but anyway, we are back again. Thanks for our audience, our listeners, followers for showing up today again. We are here for them, and our two guests on the 42nd segments will be right with us just in time. Thank you, CEO, for being back with me today.
All right. So yes, that being said, the queen of Voice of Sarpo, the co-CEO or is co-host, I should say, but CEO as well. It's not a left lingua. So without further ado, Patrick, let's bring Shelly on here. Shelly is backstage. Hey, Shelly.
Hi.
How you doing? How's Minnesota?
Minnesota is cool.
That's what I play is cool. All right, yeah. Welcome aboard. It's another wonderful edition of the show again. I mean, so how's tell us a little bit what's going on in Minnesota? How are you? How's the family?
Well, everybody that's good. You know, I came a little bit late because I was practicing that anniversary dance that you were doing yesterday.
Okay.
So, you know, I tried to get my mood together. I tried calling Brother Patrick to make sure that, you know, he was following through with the anniversary dance. Did you miss that?
Patrick actually followed the man shared the show for us, you know, for more people to learn that dance style, at least especially from me, you know.
Yeah, especially for like the single people, because you know, I don't want to stop politics here, but for the single people, we need to practice that dance so we can know how to celebrate our anniversary. So Patrick, I don't know. I hope you took notes. Because
Patrick, I mean, just out of curiosity, I mean, are you both single?
Wait, are you asking? well, Patrick, this is a setup. But yes, I am single.
Okay. I mean, I just because he says single people,
not so looking. That's so different. I'm single, but I'm not looking.
Okay. I mean, I'm the dating. Go ahead, Patrick. You are on mute, Patrick. You are mute.
Yes, something I've observed all the time that women who have passion for education, women who excel in education and in their career, don't rush into marriage so quickly. I don't know why.
Because they get plenty of knowledge, so they don't want.
That's not true.
They don't want to take instruction for us, you know.
That's
especially
not true either. But Patrick, point of correction, I was married before for almost 9 years, and so not rushing into it this time. And single by choice, I would like to say. So yeah.
So Patrick, that's an interesting observation that you brought up, because I was watching the legislative report, you know, in Liberia. The guys appeared before Liberian the Senate committee, and that's something that was pointed out. What the guy said was that, you know, one of the reasons, because we were looking at the fertility rate, people are not born, the women are not born and reproducing in Liberia, and one of the factors he indicated was that women, you know, when especially the we call it rural urban migration, people are leaving from the villages and are going to town, and so they are getting educated, and so especially the women, so when they are educated, they don't want to bear a lot of children as opposed to those in the rural areas that are producing more, you know. So part of the thing, they both been there, you know. They can make the women, they don't want to have baby again, you know, they want to compete with us. Yeah.
I don't know about all that, but I will just plead the fifth on that, and I will say I'm single by choice.
Okay, all right, guys. So I'm good. I mean, at least the audience know now we have one single person here. But all right, a beautiful lady.
Patrick did not answer the question. Is he pleading the fifth?
Yeah. I think for you have already clarified that you were once married, and but I think from what CEO said and what I have observed all the time myself, I noticed that highly educated women who are doing well in their career, women who are excelling, I mean, into leadership, don't really rush into this thing called marriage so easily.
Patrick, the woman asking you, whether you single or you're not single, that the questions you're asking. There you go.
Okay. Yeah. So Patrick is single. Patrick is a big bachelor. In fact, he's a chairman. He's a chairman of the Bachelors Association in Liberia.
All right.
We'll learn from the CEO. We'll learn from you.
Yeah,
you know?
and I got to set an example. But let's do this, guys, before we go into our time. Shelly's already 10 minutes late, so we'll add 10 minutes on top of it. You stressing on time.
10 minutes wait. I checked my time.
Okay. I'm not going there.
That.
So let's do this. Let quickly. I'll tell the guests to get backstage. But let's do this quick shout out to a couple of people here. Let's start from our superintendent of Sarpo County. He just got confirmed. Alexander Slewion is now officially the superintendent of Sarpo County. All right, just quickly, guys, let's just do a shout out to our new superintendent. Shelly, go ahead.
Congratulations. Pray that you serve the people of Sarpo County well.
P, go ahead. You are on mute, Patrick.
So our superintendent, the 50th superintendent got confirmed. We are happy to congratulate him. We are wishing him well in his leadership. And we are very optimistic that as a young man he's going to deliver on his administration.
All right, next we have our treasurer, the financial secretary of the USA, Rachel K, celebrated her birthday. So if we, Rachel, on behalf of the administration and the network, Deputy CEO, want to say happy birthday to you. I wish you many more happy returns. Quickly, guys, 30 seconds each.
Happy birthday, Queen.
Happy birthday to you, Mama. Best wishes in your life.
All right, this one is my sister-in-law, Joanna. Joanna also celebrated her birthday. Wonderful, great lady. When I want to eat the best tteokbokki that a woman can call, man, Patrick, she can prepare that tteokbokki. Not only tteokbokki, she cooks all the soup, the elders, they did very well. Our mothers, they did very well to teach her. She in the West, but she knows the culture. She can cook the food very well. Joanna celebrated her birthday as well. And we want to say happy birthday to her, right here alone together with my wife here. So Patrick, quickly, do a shout out to her, Joanna.
Yes, happy birthday to you, Sis Joanna. I'm wishing you many more years. I'm wishing you the favor of providence upon your life and your family.
Happiest birthday, Joanna. Keep cooking the best tteokbokki for our CEO. You're doing a great job. And many more blessings.
Yeah, Shelley always try to politicize everything. But ladies and gentlemen,
does she sometimes cook periwinkles?
Oh yeah, she can cook kiss meat, my man. That thing when you will speak people that she can cook kiss meat, my man. Kiss meat. He's very periwinkle. The guy is funny. All right, guys. This Shelley, this is a B1. Patrick, this is a B1 as well. It's our national queen. Radio Nadia also celebrated her birthday, and so we want to say happy birthday to her.
Her Royal Highness, the Queen of Queens. Wow. Her Royal Majesty, happy birthday to you, and I wish you all the best. The providence keep carrying you, make your ring long.
Happy birthday, cause Nadia having to be my own second cousin. Happy birthday, Queen. Wishing you many more healthy years and keep doing an amazing job in the Sarpo community. She actually is the youngest person serving as a queen, and I believe in your leadership. And happy birthday.
All right, guys. I think that is shout out we'll get about
come here. Oh no, we missing one. Your anniversary was yesterday.
It was just easy marriage celebration.
Put the picture up, my boy. Put the picture up.
Shelly, listen, it was not anniversary. We're just celebrating our marriage. That's it.
Okay, yeah. So put it up. We want to celebrate my sister. Okay.
Unfortunately, I don't have the picture up here.
See it live.
Yeah. Please put it up. Put the video up. Please put the video up. That lollipop we saw yesterday. We want to see it now on the screen.
Before I put the picture up, let me put this one that is coming up. It's a B1. The national president of the USAA. The Honorable President birthday will be on Saturday, the 15th of this month. The National President of the United Sarpo Association in Americas, His Excellency William Tobasi Mali, will be celebrating his 32nd birthday. You know, the Honorable President will be celebrating his birthday. So we just want to do a pre-shout out. The B1 coming on the day. This Saturday, get everything ready. The 21 gun salute. You will see all the parade. You see all the officers of the Sarpo National Army. You know, everybody will be out to celebrate the birthday of the Honorable President. So, guys, I mean, again, it's on Saturday. This coming Saturday on the 15th. If you want to do a pre-shout out to the president, go ahead.
Happy pre-birthday, our president. Looking forward to driving to Fargo this weekend to celebrate you because we're taking our shoes off and we're going to be outside.
Mr. President, happy pre-birthday. I'm recommending a decentralized celebration. While you are celebrating here in the United States, we will hope that you also reflect your celebrations in Monrovia and back home, in Sino and other places. Thank you, Mr. President. May God bless our leadership.
All right, that's it. This one, a quick announcement: the USA National inauguration, I should say, the inauguration is April the 11th, 2026. Again, save that date. The inauguration of the Honorable President, whose birthday is coming up, is the 11th in Fargo, North Dakota. All the details are out there. It will be, to borrow a word from Patrick, a colorful program. And so save the date for the inauguration of the president and his cabinet. All right, now our guest is backstage, and we are 21 into the program. But Patrick and Shelley, before, to make something clear here, right? Because of the time change, there was a faux pas in my thinking, right? The show starts on our side here, 12 o'clock. But because of the time change, I was thinking in the context of Liberia. And so the second guest, I put the second guest at 5 p.m. And we can stay here up to 5 p.m. You know, so that's why I wrote in the chat. I don't know whether you guys read the communication, but the mistake is my fault. If you guys can make the time to come back for the second guest, that's fine. If you can't make it, I will have a one-on-one with him. Patrick, if your power permits, if you want to come back at 5, which will be 10 p.m. on your side, I will also appreciate your presence. And Shelley, hopefully you don't have a power problem, but you know you are a mother with at least 15 children, and you have other. Yeah, so if you can come by, we really appreciate that. But if you don't come to, it wouldn't be.
Well, what time would it be at my end?
It will be so it will be at 4 on your side. It will be 5 on my side here.
Okay.
All right. So I just want to make that clear. So without further, so this will be the second guest, the president of POSA. That's my Paul Nyepan is the president-elect of POSA. This gentleman right here, he will be here with us. And so now, without further ado, I'd like to bring our guest today on, Mr. Merton Pajibo, to have a conversation around, a lot of important. I mean, he calls it freestyle, so you can also feel free to ask any questions. I mean, once it's not personal, but anything that will be informative for the audience, you can ask the question. That's why he calls it. But for me, I have a pointer. So without further ado, let me bring that flyer down and let's bring our guest on here. Merton Pajibo.
We need a drum roll.
You need a drum. I mean,
you got a drum roll.
Oh yeah. So okay, let's see. Let me get a drum roll. They will try to get me problem here with the. All right. So we need a siren and then the police escort. That's what we need first.
Yes. Give way.
All right, Merton, let's try your audio. How does it sound on your side? Your audio is we are not hearing you. Are you on mute?
We can hear you. Oh, he's muted. Okay, we can hear you now.
You can hear him. I can't hear him.
I can't hear him either.
Merton, I think work on the audio a little bit more. It's not. No. Yes.
You want to take him out? He can come back.
Yeah, let's try you again. See it again. Yeah, he can get that audio fixed because if I'm muting on my side and bringing it on, let's see. No, it's still not. It's still not.
You can get out and come back.
Yeah, let's do that and see.
While we wait, I want to give a shout out to my sister, Miss Freeman, who celebrated her anniversary yesterday. And you know, that's my big sister right there, and she is a really kind and sweet woman. I mean, you can tell from just looking at the CEO that she's doing an amazing job with him. Our brother can come on our way, you know, fully dressed in kosu. I mean, come on.
Yeah, I mean, if you, it's a beyond ever successful man, there is a good woman, right?
I
You know,
agree.
so she also, let me try our man again. Hey, Merton. I mean, the audio is not still coming out. It's not coming through.
Does he have an earpiece on, or maybe he needs one?
I'm not. Whew. Yeah, I'll take part of the blame here. I think we should have done audio check before the show starts. You know, I don't want to do that, but
No,
yeah, so
but I
Merton,
think, okay, so let's see if he's getting us. Let him give us a thumb up. If he's getting us, give us a thumb up. Let's see.
he getting us, but he is not getting us. So Merton, are you using your Papa, put yourself on mute, please? So Merton, if I want you to use your phone, you said maybe if you're using your laptop or computer, let's switch to your phone and see. Maybe we'll give up.
Okay, but can you hear me now?
Oh yeah.
Can
Now
you
you're
hear
coming.
me?
You're coming through now. Yeah.
Okay, all right, good. Okay.
How you doing? How you
Sorry
doing?
for that little section.
Hey, how you doing, boss? Welcome aboard.
Well, thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be on the show with you guys today.
All right. So what we're gonna do is, the conventional protocol is ladies before gentlemen. So we'll pull Shelly with Shelly. You know what? I don't want you to start that because it wouldn't be just. So since he sent me his bio, and I think I should send it to you so you can read it for us.
Well, I still kind of have clear knowledge of his bio, but go ahead, read it since you have.
Yeah, so he sent up a piece. So let's read that bio quick here. Let's see what I got it in here. Let's see.
While you're finding that, we want to tell all of you that watching on Facebook, be it YouTube, please do share the live. Yeah, get the news going.
Yeah, I thought I added it to my notes, but I'm not seeing it. But so let me just read it through the email here. So let's see our distinguished guest, Merton Pajibo. It's a very interesting profile I'm meant to read. Yeah, but in the meantime, Merton, how is Delaware?
Well, so far Delaware is great.
All right, so here's the profile of the honorable guest. Sorry if I struggle with some of the words. So when
you know that scientific words in there,
Yeah, some scientific words in it. So while I fight over then, please pardon my.
We got it.
Yeah. So Merton Pajibo has a mixture of both Sarpo and Kru ethnic backgrounds from Sando County, Liberia. He is a father of 5 children. Secret Lincoln Cole, Evelyn Lincoln Cannon, Decanty Pajibo, Ya Pajibo, and Merton Pajibo Jr. He was born in Monrovia, Liberia. Merton Pajibo migrated to the U.S. in 1980. I mean, that's a long time. The man been in the U.S. Yeah, 1980. He attended John Marshall High School in Richmond, Virginia, and played on the school's football team, wrestling, and soccer team. Okay, Merton Pajibo also ran outdoor track and participated in the school's forensic club. After high school, Merton Pajibo was offered numerous scholarships to attend various colleges, but he chose North Carolina State University, Wolf Park. Due to financial struggles he encountered in 1992 after the death of his father, he took a break from school to work. While on break from school, he taught himself mechanical engineering. That's how smart the guy is. The man taught himself. Oh yeah, self-taught mechanical engineering by reading "Fix It Yourself" books. The man reading books, fix it yourself, and the man read and he knows how to fix his own vehicle right now. If you want to go for free vehicle repair, call the man. All right, and work on his cars. He joined the United States Marine Corps and had the option to tour various countries. Merton Pajibo returned to North Carolina State University and completed his bachelor's degree in biological science. In 2005, Merton Pajibo enrolled at North Carolina Central University and earned his master's degree in B words coming out. You're listening to the one. He earned his master's degree in synthetic organic chemistry.
Wow.
Synthetic organic. You will break that down for us, right? In 2013, Merton went on a teaching voyage to China, Japan, India, and many more. Upon his return from overseas, Merton Pajibo decided to give back to his community by teaching physics and chemistry to high school students due to the influence of his middle school teachers. That's Miss Juliet Wiggin and Mrs. Ade Jones from Anderson Middle School in Richmond, Virginia. Merton Pajibo taught at Merchant High School. Hopefully I called that right. He also, some of these seem to get Chinese name. Unfortunately, I don't want to butcher the words, but the man has a whole long repertoire. And Merton, this is impressive, man. Welcome aboard. Let go into the whole resume here, but this is very impressive.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. So at this time, I will turn the floor over to Shelley if she has introductory comments or something, or question for the guests. Let's start off from that angle.
Just reading that alone is so impressive, right? To see one person value education to the extent that he self-taught himself, read a book and know how to do not just regular thing, right? Because you can read a book and know how to start an organization and know how to do something common.
Yeah, cook fufu and rice.
Exactly. You can read. You can go on YouTube and learn how to cook food. It's
right.
Easy. But to sit down and read a book, and I can only imagine during those days, there was not too much YouTube or AI thing going around where you can say, yeah, I can read a book and then I can go on YouTube and watch the video on how to do this stuff. But he read a book and was able to know, he knew how to fix car. God, Jesus, how hard is that? I can't even imagine you get men here. I can't even do oil change. And I think it's easier because you can go on YouTube and watch the video and know how to do oil change, but not a lot of people can do it. I don't know what happened to my stuff.
Somebody call you? Yeah, it looks like it.
No.
All right, so you go in and come back, please. All right, Patrick, you want to engage with our guests a little bit while we wait for Shelley to come back?
Oh yes, it is a distinguished honor actually. Interfacing with one of the greatest men in history. I've always read about Lincoln being a self-taught person. The Rice brothers were self-taught and they invented the airplane. And today, practically, I'm seeing another great son, a sign of a Sarpo tribe, being a self-taught person. I'm so honored. And I look forward to having a very worthy conversation with him today on his his passion, his career path, and how best he can transition those accomplishments back home to his people so that they feel his impact. I'm happy to welcome Merton to the show, and we look forward to a 1 hour full conversation with him today.
So Patrick, Merton, before you come in for any comments, Patrick, one thing I must point out too that I read from his bio, right? The man did not only teach himself how to repair vehicles, if you like. The man also learned 4 languages. He speaks 4 languages fluently. He speaks Sarpo, he speaks Kru, he speaks Chinese, and he speaks English. Imagine that. 4 languages the brother can speak. I mean, like the Chinese, myself went to the restaurant and the guy switched to Chinese. The man literally speaking Chinese in front of me. I couldn't believe it. But Melton, how hard is it to learn a different language, especially a language like Mandarin, like Chinese? And how hard is it?
To be frank with you, I mean, it's a very challenging process, but I think as Liberians, because we have these various languages that we speak, lots of the terminology are somewhat similar. Chinese mostly is a tonal language. So mostly if you learn the tune and you just go out and interact with the people, you should be able to pick it up very easily. I mean, it's just like learning as a kid among your own, Sarpo people. Years ago, I couldn't speak any Sarpo, but guess what? Every time I listen to the old man there and they're talking, each time they say it, I just mimic what they say and then keep repeating it. Then later on, ask them what it means. So this is what I do. I usually learn by hearing. Okay, Chinese language as a whole is a very difficult language to learn because they have so many characters. But it's become much easier if you learn the tunes and then you interact with the people.
Okay, all right. So, Merton, I know we read your bio, right?
Yes, sir.
But maybe you want to reflect a little bit as to what you're currently do, what motivated you to go, say, for example, the U.S. Marine. I mean, just give a little insight what led you into the different travel, you call it voyages and stuff like that. I mean, yeah, just expand on those things a little bit for us.
Okay, so thank you very much, sir. First of all, when I came to the U.S., I have always had a dream of becoming the president of Liberia. But as I look at all the various history of Africa, what happened to Kwame Nkrumah, Lumumba, Matala Muhammad, and so forth, I realized that if you are going to be the leader of any African country, you must understand how the Western countries and how the Western imperialists works, because you're at a very dangerous crossroad. What the Western imperialist does is that if you don't answer to them, they come up and find means to get rid of you. So what they do, they either use the ethnic group that you neglected or you don't like and empower those guys and give them a lot of weapons to come after you. So that was my purpose for getting into the U.S. military. But then later on, I realized, I said, I started reflecting on how our grandparents then lived. Our grandparents then lived by farming. They didn't really have much money, okay? But they had farmland and they were farming. And I felt that if I become the leader, it may turn into a very animosity thing, where people start disliking each other. And I asked myself, what's the best way to help them? And I started thinking about all the different ethnic medicine that we have. Our people, the Western people, always call it voodoo and witchcraft. But to be frank with you, it is not witchcraft. As far as I'm concerned, it is African science. It is the same thing that the white American or Western people do here, because if you're going to get executed, they use cyanide poison. Well, guess what? Cyanide poison is the same thing that our people use back home. They just take the leaves and extract it together, and then either they put it in your food or they do something with it, which lead you into getting sick. So when I look at these things and I look at all the various civil war, I believe that I could help our people by studying science and trying to see how we can, agriculturally cultivate some of this stuff. Like, for example, one of your guests was on here, I think a couple of weeks ago, where he talks about the Sarpo National Park. Well, when I heard that, that kind of invigorated me, because the Sarpo National Park have a lot of, I would say, herb in it that they can use if they set up a university that study medicine to help to use these things to find out things that can actually help our people. So we don't really need, if Liberia want to come back together, Liberia need to start, investing in its own people, finding means to bring a lot of scientists and other groups from America and Western country to come back and try to do things that are going to invigorate the next generation. Thanks.
All right, Shelley,
that was very long. Sorry.
Yeah, yes. But currently, in terms of occupation, what do you do though?
Well, currently I am a school teacher. I teach high school, and part-time wise, I teach at the University of Delaware Community College. So I teach physics and chemistry to science-related students.
Okay, all right, that's all right. Shelley, you had the floor before your device glitch up. Go ahead. You're on mute.
I think I was watching backstage. I think you basically cover everything, most of it. You laying out the public speaking part. After that, I did my research. Yeah, he has that under his belt as well. So he wears so many caps, and very impressive. Also listening to him, his passion and the things that he can do in Liberia. Just have these questions running in my head. Like, when was the last time were you in Liberia?
Okay, I went back to Liberia in 2019 to visit.
Okay.
And to be frank with you, that was a very disappointing trip. Okay, because
why is that?
Why
is that?
Okay, so here it is. When I left Liberia, we were living in Stevie Tower Estate. I went down there. Stevie Tower Estate looked worse than the ghetto here in Wilmington. Okay, and one of the most disappointing things that I really saw is like when you see government officials visiting their girlfriends, they got a $80,000 Escalade parked in front of the house, but the house they're living in, the roof is leaking. They're visiting their girlfriend and water is draining from the top. I was sitting at my residence looking at this guy, and I'm like, okay, all this money that he's investing or whatever he's doing, he cannot afford to put zinc on top of his girlfriend's house, but yet he's going there to have a relationship with her, and he's sitting in there. So those kind of stuff kind of discouraged me, because it seems like our leaders, they're not critical thinker. They're more of wannabe and things like that. And I could be wrong about this, but this is what I observed when I went there. And then the other thing is watching a 10-year-old kid going at the club at 3:00 at night. These are not things that, are representative of our people.
Okay. So, Madison, can I ask a follow-up question?
Go ahead. It's free flow show right now.
I can tell you up front, science is a really tough subject. I don't know about other people, but I struggle even passing pre-chem in school. And I like, gosh, honestly, I don't like blood, but I don't even see myself going into the science field or nursing or any of that stuff, but science really hard. So, and I'm sure it have for a lot of people out there. So in your view, what are the biggest obstacles that young Liberians face when trying to pursue anything in science, or anything in science? What are the biggest obstacles you think young Liberians face?
Okay, so basically, when I look based on my own experience of working with the kids, learning is something that you have to spend time. Okay, we have been brainwashed into thinking that we cannot do certain things. But as I always tell my students, the first time you try, if you contrast or compare yourself with the rest of the people, even though you didn't do well, you know far more about the subject than an individual who have never tried at all. So the first thing is to try. We got to get rid of that voice in our head that always tell us, I can't do this, I can't do that, it is too hard. Once you start saying that, you have already defeated yourself. Nobody is born with a gold mine of knowledge. You learn things by practicing. So what I do when I'm teaching, I show the kids the reading and stuff like that, but at the same time, I give them models where they can look at the model and they can make sense out of it and then try to what? Or define things in their own definition where they can follow through with it. Okay, and I do this even with my college students, because most of the time when my class is over, the first thing they always say, I should have had you last week. I should have had you last semester. Because most of the teachers, when they're teaching, they're giving you knowledge base, but they're not comparing these things to everyday life that going to make sense to you. And I'll give you an example. In math class, when they talk about cosine and sines, the first thing you say, oh my God, what in the world is that? Okay, but basically, it's like a bridge. If you are going to build a bridge, you want to find out how steep you want the bridge to be. So the beginning of the bridge to where you're going to put the stuff in the ground for the material that the metal that you're putting across to land on, that area is called the opposite from where you're starting the bridge. So if you draw a line from your feet where you're standing to the stick that you put in the ground where you want to anchor the walkway, and then you take that and put and draw the distance from the top of it to your feet. If you put that together, you got the cosine. So in math class, they don't explain this to you, because even I myself had trouble with this stuff. But because of these problems, is how I'm able to derive these type of methodology to be able to help the kids so they can be able to do it. And each year, I always get at least 20 students that always major in science.
Okay. So linking, linking your heritage
Your
and
voice
science.
I think is out again.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead. Speak a little louder, please.
Linking your heritage and science, you came from Sarpo.
Okay, you guys are on mute. I cannot hear you all at all.
No, I think it's from your end, Merton. I'm hearing her.
Okay, can you hear me now?
No, the problem is from his end.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we are hearing you.
Okay, I cannot hear you guys. I'm not sure why.
Yeah, let's take him out again, and then he can come back. Yeah, the audio is coming from his side. All right. Yeah, I got a lot of questions, but I won't just share it to exhaust. So plenty of questions there first. Yeah, we have up to what? 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock.
Yeah, our own guests, and I have a lot of questions too, because I want to go in depth of, because science is interesting, right? And being a chemistry teacher and being able to self-teach yourself, like so many things that he can give back to the community. And I want to know how he can transfer that skill to the young Liberian.
Merton, that's it. You are mute.
Can you hear us now?
He's mute. Merton, I would highly recommend you use your phone. I mean, I think the computer is not working.
The computer not working, use your phone.
Yeah, I recommend you use the phone.
This one is IT right now. IT 101 is not working for the science student.
Yeah, the man got to get that stuff together, Yeah, but Patrick, what did you get from Merton so far?
Come on.
I said, what did you get from our guests so far?
Well, I think it sounds very impressive. I'm getting a good impression. Though the internet seems to be very disruptive, but hopefully it improves to get more out of him. But his initial comments are very impressive and very inspiring.
let's see whether we can get him back here. Hey, Merton.
Yes.
Perfect.
You're perfect. You're fine.
Yeah.
That's perfect. But I know we have to go around and ask questions.
Sure.
But I was saying, linking your heritage and science, you came from a Sarpo and a Kru background, right?
Yes.
From Sano County, to be specific. How has your cultural background influenced your view of science? And how do you think that heritage can be a bridge to engage young Liberians to be able to be interested in the science field?
Okay. First of all, I mean, that is a brilliant question. Okay. As I went through schools, one of the things I have always told myself is that I am a kid from Drawson District and Pajibo Town. I am not here to contrast myself with other people. But my parents did spend a lot of money for me to come here to try to make myself better. So I make sure that I don't contrast myself with other people. I don't compare myself to others. I just go and do what I can do. And if I cannot do it, I just keep trying. Okay? Because as I said earlier, once you try the first time, you got a little bit of hand on it, as long as you don't quit. Okay? And culturally, I think that kind of also made me stronger because just the idea knowing that I'm from another ethnic group in Liberia, and I'm in the midst of various people from all over the world, and each year they're always celebrating their cultural background, this and that. So the idea of being a Liberian also made me even proud and make me want to prove that all the misperception that they have about Liberian or African people that, is not true. And I have been able to do that because, I would be the first to tell you that most of the negative thing that you are hearing now, when I was younger, they were even worse. Okay. But they have gotten better since then, because if you look at the American educational system, the African people are in the lead when it comes to education.
So somebody asked a question here before, and I have so many questions. I was just Madison.
Yeah, Shelley, your internet is good. Let's get Patrick in.
But no, I want to ask this person question. They say, as part of your 2019 visit to Monrovia, did you also visit your country or village since you left Liberia in 1980?
Very good question. I got. Matter of fact, I got the U.S. embassy to take me to Sano County, and I went there. Okay, and I saw.
Did you hear that?
Okay, and I saw I went over there and saw all the various ethnic people. And for me, basically, one thing I always tell people, even though I left small, I never forgot most of the things that I used to enjoy when I was there, which is every time I left from Greenville to go to Drawson District, I always hear this ethnic mascot they call Wulogbadu, and then Panya Keda and Mbea Keda. Those names have always stayed in my head since I've been in America, believe it or not. Even sometimes when I'm talking, people say, "Oh man, somebody told you this. You left a long time ago. You don't remember anything." But I would tell you that children can remember a lot of things. And when I went back, I started asking about those ethnic material. Because a lot of the first time they said, they started to, Judah or Kribli Jew. So I said, oh no, I'm not a Kribli Jew. I'm the son of Drawson District. That's right. Okay, they always say that child, he's an American guy. I said, oh no, I'm not American. Okay, I live in America, but I'm still a Liberian. My heart is still here.
Shelley, let's bring Patrick in. Patrick, you got a question for the professor?
Obviously, I have questions, but let me say again, let me welcome again my compatriots to this platform, and I'm impressed. His initial comments are very inspiring, but I want to find out, you are 45 years in the United States as of today, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so it means that when you got to the United States, the time you went to the United States, I was not even born. So now look at, yeah, I was not even born. So that means America is deceiving me because you look even much younger than I am. You know, see, the man who was not born when you went to America. So I'm to sue the American government for bringing that, you know, their life environment that deceives people back home here. So
Sure.
so so quickly, you are a teacher today in one of the Sarpo villages or towns in Norpo, Fountain precisely. The school there has not resumed academic activities since the start of the school year because the school has not got teachers to teach. Almost 10 communities rely on a public school, and you are in the education. What do you think you can do right now, or you can, or the Sarpo community, using your expertise as an educator, you know, to look back home into the Sarpo community so that education is replicated since by a professional educator?
Okay, that's a very fair and good question. So first of all, one of the first things, as I said before, the leadership of Sano County, okay, first of all, have to derive programs that's going to make their people want to come back. Liberia have a lot of talented people here, okay? I mean, you have Madison, you have Shelley, you have other people, you know, and so forth, okay? But the idea is if they don't set up a means for people to come back and try to help the people, then an individual coming become a threat. Because if I'm not mistaken, a lot of time when other people go and try to implement stuff, you have these corrupt leaders that want certain things from you before you can do it. So in order for these things to happen, some of these things has to be, you know, eradicated. That's one of the biggest problems. If you ask me, there are a lot of people here that would love to come back and help the children. Even through USAA, we have been speculating about setting up a program where our own people can come and volunteer. But the biggest impediment, the avenue is not available. Okay, you become a threat to certain leadership in Liberia when you start coming in with ideas that they deem to be non-lucrative to them. So when we get rid of these type of thinking, we probably would make far better progress.
Great. So every Liberian that lives in the United States has an intention to look back. You have 45 years in the US, and I will put you in the category of a successful Liberian in the US. Your village. Where is meaning your village? How can we locate your impact back home?
How can you locate my impact back home? Well, frankly speaking,
I mean,
okay.
your village, where you came from.
Okay, I'm from Drawson District, okay? Drawson District, Sano County, and I'm also from Pajibo Town. Matter of fact, from Pajibo Town all the way down to Brown Yinfwe Town or John Doe Town. Those are all my family people, okay? And like I said, I still have the map of those areas in my head, even though they have been demolished due to wars and things like that. And I have been working with some of the organizations and things like that, as you know, even though I don't have financial means to help them, but I am helping them through curriculum. Okay, I try to, you know, write curriculum for them and try to tell them to use it for the schools and stuff like that. Whether they use it or not, momentarily, I have no means of checking to see if that is happening, but I do write school curriculum for them and try to give it to them.
Okay, so my last question before the next person comes in. The society you live in regularly updates, new textbooks. Every year, the American school system produces new textbooks, new chemistry books, new physics books, and now you are teaching the sciences. And in Liberia, what we use in the school system, those are all archaic materials, that come from one school year to the other, no updating, no new ones. Are you looking at something like some lobbying with your school district, and some of those books that have already packed. What is old in America is new in Liberia here. So some of the books that are packed for 5 years, 10 years, you bring them here, they are very good books. Are you looking in that direction to lobby for the system, get the old books here to make them new for us in Liberia?
Well, we have been doing that. We have done that through USAA and other organizations. But for me personally, I would be the first to tell you that we need to go back to the soil. Okay, most of the books that we're learning about the Western people. It doesn't look good that you know who the first president is in America, but you don't know who the first president is in Liberia. Or better yet, you know the river in America, but you don't know the river that's running right through your own backyard. So basically what I'm trying to say is that we need to start writing our own curriculum and our own history about our own people. Okay? Yes, what you're saying is a good idea, it's the beginning, but we have to make that transformation. We got to get off the slave ship. Okay? The Santa Maria and Mayflower left Liberia a long time ago. It's time to get off the American colonization slave trip and start going back to our own culture and writing books that reflect our people background.
All right, Patrick, you don't let me come in for a second here. Is that okay? All right. So, Merton, thank you for joining us. I want to go back to your initial statement.
Yes.
You spoke of becoming the president of Liberia.
Yes.
Yes. And if you ask me, the reason Liberia or other countries are not doing well is because of lack of leadership, So you have gone to school and you are a chemist. You have military background. You joined the U.S. Marine Corps and all of that. And when I look across Africa, countries that are doing well, more so, there are countries that are led by military leaders. So even if you go back to Liberia, though was better, than we have the Democratic president right now. I mean, in terms of development and stuff like that. If you go to Burkina Faso, Thomas Sankara was transforming that country. And right now in our time, you see the same Burkina Faso has been transformed or is being transformed by Tuareg. So given your background, I mean, why did you, if at all, why did you abandon your ambition of becoming president of Liberia?
Well, because, like I said, because of the very history of Liberia and the very history of the imperialist country, and looking at what's going on with our people, I felt that I could help far more better by learning chemistry and things like that, and then trying to go back to the soil where our people used to do farming. They used to have ethnic medicine, and try to show the students, the young people, because if you're going to get the people to do these things, you have to show, okay? What should I say? You have to give them means to be able to do it, okay? And the means is hands-on experience. We have all the material that we need to do it. We don't really need the Western country to do these things. We just need to what? Get our own knowledgeable people to work with the citizen. And I think I can make far more better difference with that than being a president. Okay?
But Merton, I'm not cutting you up. I think that on a micro level, if the route you are going, but I'm looking on a micro level, how to help the society as a whole. Because, yes. And two things I found from what you just said. First of all, you said what happened to leaders before you. So a whole Baku is scared, basically. The man, you don't want the imperialists to
no, absolutely not. Absolutely not. But to be frank with you, right. I am invigorated by Tuareg. I wish that the leadership that we got right now could get on board with him. Because let me tell you something, my brother. Everything that I have been listening to this young man say, and everything I have listened to this woman they call Arikana Chiambo, she was the first person who started all of this. When she went to the UN and started exposing France Great Britain, US, and all the different stuff they're doing to our people. So after her, now it appears that Tuareg was listening to, and he just jumped right in. So trust me, my brother, if I had the opportunity to do so, I probably would, and I would join them, okay, to do it because
but Pajibo, it looks like you are going back on your own. There's one thing you said. You said, I mean, I think Shelley asked about how do you go about chemistry, because she said I never passed my chemistry class. I just, the teacher ran it up and that's how I passed.
Yes.
So and something you said was the students we should stop doubting ourselves, right?
That's
one
right.
thing you said.
That is correct.
Your ambition initially was to become president, but then later you start to doubt, because what I'm hearing, you are doubting your ability to become president of Liberia.
Negative, my brother. All I did was I just went back and looked at the whole means, how can I help our people? So when I answered that question, that's what led me into chemistry, because like I said, I started as a political scientist because I wanted to be the leadership, be the president of Liberia. But then when I started looking at everything as a big picture, I believe that teaching the people scientific material, which is what we are really lacking, because let me give you a good example. The UN, the World Health Organization, and other organizations bring medication to Liberia and give it to our people to take. We have nobody to test those materials to find out what's in it. And a lot of times they tend to poison our people with these things. So when I start looking at all these things, I figured that we need to save our young people. And the only way we can do it is to bring in scientific knowledge so they can be able to, test these things. We have entity set up to take care of these things. You cannot do it if you don't set those or entity, and you rightfully said it. We need visionary. But visionary doesn't only have to come through presidency. It can come in as an independent program or through the school system.
So, Pajibo, granted, you have transitioned to chemistry, right?
Yes.
How has your career in chemistry helped, the scientific or the medical field in Liberia? Because you say you want to focus on developing the scientific base in Liberia. How has that worked?
So here it is. Once again, it reflects back to the leadership. None of the leadership have ever contact any of the, try to recruit any of the the scientists here. And I give you an example. We have a young man, a Liberian young man, Tobo grandson, currently Norman. He is the chief scientist of NIEHS. This guy can give you anything about analytical, about how to distract stuff, how to turn stuff into pills. No one have ever contacted him. Okay, so once again, the frame of mind of the leadership of Liberia must come to turn. If you look at Tuareg came back, and what he did, he's giving his own people a chance to come back so they can help him with what he's trying to do, because a vision is not an individual thing. It's a group thing. And if you try to do it alone, you're going to stop halfway. Okay, we don't want to stop halfway. So we need to learn to use our own people and reach out to them.
Okay, so before I bring the next person in, my last question is, Pat, you said African science. Some people call it voodoo. I don't know what name you would give it, but African science. I'm hearing some jargons from you that are a little bit, iffy. You use words like imperialist, and your education is from the so-called imperialist war,
Mm-hmm.
So how can you juxtapose your Western knowledge to that of the Afrocentric philosophy, that medicinal philosophy that you are preaching? Okay,
so here it is once again. Okay, I'll just tell you exactly what my grandparents told me when they came to visit to Liberia, to America. Diligently, we had this grandfather, Uncle Willie. His name is Willie Cole. This pop, one day, every time he come and talk to us, we always ask, we will ask our uncle Mr. Fallison Tarley, we were asking, Uncle Fallison, what is Grandpa saying? So one day, this pop called all of us. He asked us, he said, y'all got BS degree, right? We said yes. He said, y'all got master's degree, right? We said yes. He said, y'all got doctorate degree, right? We said yes. And then he came back and said, how can you call yourself educated, but you don't know nothing about your own people? Okay? Just that little statement alone was sufficient to make me roll the tape back. Okay? So all my little scientific stuff that I'm learning, I'm also what? Looking at all the different things in our country that we can use to help our people. And one of the things I can give you right now, a lot of our people are suffering from cancer. I should not be saying it, but I'm going to say it anyway. But our people don't know that the soursop that you eat every day is the cure to cancer. Our people don't know that what they call dandelion leaves, the stuff in America that they call weed, they don't know that this is the cure to cancer. So with my knowledge and in collaboration with other people and the government giving us the room to do certain things, I think we can make a lot of difference, okay? Because there are a lot of great Liberian educated scientists. And even if we don't have the scientists, we got nurses. We got other entrepreneurs that can actually help in this area. You don't necessarily have to be a scientist to do it. The scientists can also train other people to do certain things, like the nurses can teach people to do certain things.
Yeah, but I hate to do this, Pajibo. If you say, for example, weed or marijuana can cure cancer, though. I mean, that's what you said. Is that correct?
No, not weed. No, not marijuana. No. They call it weed, not the marijuana weed. This is the stuff that grow in it's called dandelion.
Okay.
Yeah, but they call it weed because why? Roundhouse was paid by the pharmaceutical company to spray this stuff and kill it. Because if people use this, it is going to put the pharmaceutical company out of business. And there are a lot of research that have come out that show that this stuff is far more potent than chemotherapy.
So, but Merton, have you tried to verify whether it actually works? I mean, how do you know for sure that it kills
I have already
cancer?
tried, my brother. Guess what? I had a student in my classroom where the mother, they said she had 6 months to die. Okay, I bought the stuff and I went to her home and I gave her my own remedy and I've been putting it in the USAA group every day. Okay, where I put the remedy together and I told her she just need to take this. She should not drink no soda, no sweet, no sugar because sweet stimulate cancer. People don't know this. Okay, so after I gave her the remedy, she took it for 9 months. And when she went to the doctor, because I told her, don't tell the doctor that, because if you do, it's going to become an issue later on. So later on, they just told her, say, whatever you're doing, just keep doing it. So that idea of her dying 6 months anymore is no longer there.
It's still, Pajibo, because there's something in medicine called, I did pathophysiology and something, sure. I didn't learn nothing else in that class, but something they call remission. Sometimes a sickness can go in remission, so when they do a testing, you don't catch it. So how sure are you that cancer did not go in remission?
Well, here it is once again. Like I said, there are a lot of research out there. Okay, it's on NIH website. They have it on there. The government has this on their website, but they're not telling people. Why? Because the pharmaceutical people have them in their pocket. But you don't have to take my word for it. All you do is go on NIH website and type in the effect of dandelion, the effect of soursop on cancer. And you should see all the research up there. A lot of doctors have done it. University of UCLA, another professor just confirmed it out of Canada, and so forth. So there are a lot of research out there to confirm that this works.
All right, Shelley and Patrick, you can get the Shelley. You've been smiling for a while, so go ahead.
Okay. Well, Madison, those are really great questions. By the way, I'm sitting here like, okay, yeah. How can we transfer this right back to Liberia? Your skill set is needed back home. But I do have a question here, and I want to focus on mentorship and coaching. So, as someone who has coached basketball and taught properly, how do you see mentorship and coaching playing a role in nurturing young scientists?
Okay, that's a very good question. Okay. Coaching is a very relevant and very important part of trying to groom the kids into certain things. Because a lot of time when you're playing sports, it helps to alleviate depression. Okay. And when you talk about learning, there are a lot of depression in learning. Okay. Because why? You got pressure coming from mommy, daddy, your friends, and so forth. So by playing sports, it helps you to believe in yourself. It helps you to see a lot of things that you never thought that you could do before. You got people that are antisocial like myself. When I first started, I wouldn't talk to nobody. I was a quiet boy. But then after I joined the football and the soccer team and saw all the different brilliant things that was happening, all of this motivated me to even stay focused on my work. And not only that, I had mama in the background going, son, if you don't study or if you break your leg, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? So basically, this kind of helped me to focus both on what I like to do, which is the sports, and also what I want my future to be. So I believe by creating a recreational program for the kids, all of this will help in terms of grooming them into doing whatever area that you want them to do. And you have to have people there that are going to lead by example. Okay, like some of the curriculum we have at school, we have a program where we try to wean out the kids that want to be psychologists, the kids that want to be chemists and stuff like that. So you put the ideas in front of the kid and you show them all the various opportunities that they have. And once they start seeing these things and they see people doing these things by example, and then you give them the chance to try it, it kind of invigorate them to try to do it. And to be frank with you, that's exactly what happened with me, because it was a young man that came from North Carolina Central University that came to our high school, who was a NASA scientist. And it brought in this machine where we all got in there, we put a suit on and we're playing around. And when I look at this stuff and I read about this lady they called Katherine Johnson, all of that kind of motivated me to try to see if I can get in that area. Even though I did not become a NASA or scientist, I became a chemist. So one way or the other, it's still a win-win situation.
So I like how you kind of like try to answer that question, but I think for me that question was kind of like personal towards you, like as far as, do you have a successful story of a mentee that you can say based on your mentorship and coaching, that person was successful? Do you have a story to share?
Oh, I have several. Okay. I wish I could show you some of the pictures now, but I have a young man from China. Okay, when I went to China to teach, most of the Chinese school, the kids and the teacher, there is no friendship between them. So when I went to China, the first thing they said, at first, to be friend with you, they didn't even want me there, because in China, the people are misled to believe that people that look like you and me don't know anything and we're not smart. So the first day when I got there, I went and started playing basketball with the kids. Okay, they had a lot of white teachers and everybody there. But you know what, Shelly? After that day of playing basketball with the little children and stuff like that, all of a sudden, all the people that said that they didn't want Mr. Pajibo at that school, all of a sudden they're telling me, can you bring some more black people? And the reason is because all along they have been misled into believing that black people, all we do is drugs, all we do is go to jail, all we do is this. And they're finding out that I was far more qualified than all the Eurocentric dropout that they were bringing. And I was even telling them how to improve their schools. This young man, I helped him get a scholarship to go to Singapore University. He got a scholarship now, and right now he opened his own IT company in China. Okay. I have another kid right here in the U.S. that went to the NFL. Okay, that he played football from he was a basketball player, but then he changed to football when he went to college. But this is a young man who told me that, he wasn't interested in school. He didn't want to do anything. His name is Brandon Marshall. Okay, he didn't want to do anything. He's not interested because school is fake and this and that. And I had to tell him, look, regardless what you think of school in this country, you're judged by your educational background, even if you have the best idea, if you don't mold yourself into doing certain things, nobody is going to respect you. And yes, so I have a lot of people out there that I have reached out to, and today some of those students still keep in touch with me.
Great, thank you. Madison, I got 2 more questions, or no?
Yeah, shoot your 2 more and Patrick get 4. Yeah, go ahead.
So, having served in the U.S. Marine and likely experienced different systems abroad, because you've been here for a while, what lesson from here, the diaspora, or international experience, because you travel other places, do you believe can be applied to science education, specifically in Liberia?
Okay, well, basically from going to all the various places, my advice to people is that never close the door on anyone. Okay, don't look at anyone because of what they look like. Always be willing to listen and hear what other people have to say. Because when you start listening, you realize that everyone all over the world are the same. We all want the same thing. Everybody want to be rich. Everybody want a nice family. Everybody want to have a nice home. And all the various countries I went to, that's all I could hear. Okay, and although some of those people had misperception, but my character alone was able to make them change their perception of what they think of African people. Okay, because that is very important. Okay, your character and the way you carry yourself, your personality can change a lot of things that people don't really realize. Because like I said, when I went to China, I was almost like an outcast. But then after 2 days, all of a sudden, I felt like I was in Hollywood, because now I have all these people coming in my face, taking pictures like crazy. I couldn't even get away. And while other people get upset, for me, I just saw it as a learning curve. So I took pictures with them. I did whatever. Okay, and they're like, oh, they're going to put it on and use you for commercial. I said, it's okay. Okay, because why? I'm thinking about our people. Somebody has to be the person to what? To start the initiative and let people know that what you have been told by the imperialists is absolutely incorrect. Yeah, there are some truth to some of it, but it's not true about every person that look like you and me.
Well, thank you. So my last question, well, for now, I'm taking a break. I want to talk about life beyond science. You know, so you wear so many hats, and Madison, I want to add that he have reading books as well. If my research is right.
Oh yeah.
So being an author, a teacher, a marine, and a coach, and a mentor, my God, the list goes on. When you look back, which of these roles has shaped your character the most, and why?
Okay, okay, very good question. Well, I think basically,
And I want to add in a father too, you know, for 5 children.
That's true too. Well, I would say basically, I think they all play an intricate part in shaping this role. Because, for example, I started writing books about, poetry, because of things that I acknowledged from the classroom. Okay, there are certain things they don't want you to tell the kids. For example, the history about African achievement. Since I've been in school, every scientist book that I look in, the only thing I see is white people's faces. There is nothing in there about Black achievement or African achievement. But then after doing my research, I said, you know what? Since they call it critical race theory, I know how to go around there. So I came up with the idea of writing it into portrait, because if you put it into portrait, it is no longer critical race theory. So I go and write these stories about, human relationship, about Black achievement. Like, for example, a lot of kids don't know that the light bulb that you use in your house was invented by a Black man. A lot of kids don't know that the refrigerator that you use in your home was invented by a Black man. A lot of kids don't know that the doorknob that you use to turn to go in your house was invented by a Black man. So I use my portrait to try to educate our people about these things as I learned about them. I even found out that airplane and helicopter was invented by a black man. All this time I never knew. I just found out like 6 months ago. And it was a white guy out of Louisiana that put this out because his ancestors were the people that had this guy enslaved when he came up with this, and they helped him patent it. But this material was put away, and other people got the credit for it, like the Wright brother. I don't want to take anything away from the Wright brothers. They were very good, smart people. They also studied aerospace. But this gentleman, Page, was the first person to come up with the aerospace program.
So would you say being an author has shaped you? Is that an answer that I'm getting?
Well, being an author, actually, yes, helped to shape a lot of things. Yeah, I mean, I never went to training for this, but once again, just like I just said, you got to try something to see if you can do it. So I tried the first time, and I published my first book, and I realized, you know what, this is a passion for me. Okay, it's just like public speaking. I took public speaking class, but I never thought it. But then, while I was teaching physics, and most of the students at my school are Hispanic, and they have trouble talking. So what I did, I said, you know what? I went to the front office. I said, look, can I teach the kids public speaking? And let me show them some of the stuff I got. And the teacher said, you know what? If you can do it, go do it. So I started doing it, and I realizing that this thing helped the kids to, they learn how to pronounce better. They know how to structure their sentences and things like that. And those were the issues that I had when I first came from Liberia. So I would say that, all of it play an intricate part in whatever I do. It's not one single thing that actually shaped, my perception or philosophy of doing things.
Yeah, before we bring Patrick, Merton, I'm hearing, I don't know if from my side, but I'm hearing some cracking sound from your end. Is there a way you can reposition your device again? I'm hearing a lot of cracking sound. It was very clear, at least from my side initially, yeah. But now, yeah, I'm hearing a lot of cracking sound.
Cracking sound, I'm not sure, but I don't really have any noise in here. It's pretty quiet, so.
It's from the audio. It's from the audio. So yeah, maybe
turn it down a little bit. Let me see. Does that help?
Yeah, you kind of criticizing the imperialists that why they messing with your device. But let's Patrick, go ahead.
Okay, so thank you. A proud father of 5, according to your bio. So you first became a Marine officer, then transitioned into a mechanic, and then a chemist or a chemistry teacher. So it means that 3 or 4 of the children must have been emulating you. Which of them is currently pursuing a career in teaching? Which of them is pursuing a career in the military? Or which of them is into auto mechanic as well?
Okay, well, that's a very good question. Most of my kids, they're independent thinkers, just like I taught them. And they all, went their own way. My oldest daughter is a practitioner nurse in Coatesville, PA. My second to the oldest is a district manager for the Amazon. She does a lot of computer work for them. And my third daughter, she is social work, but she has a master's degree in pediatrician. And my youngest daughter, okay, she has a engineering design degree, and she worked for a engineering company in California. My son is just he's going to go to college next year, so he hasn't really decided what he wants to do yet. But one of my advice that I always give to my children is that, especially the girls, you don't want to depend on a man to take care of you. If you want to be in a relationship, you want to be able to have a voice. If you don't go to school and help yourself, you are not going to have a voice. And I believe those things resonated in their head and they did exactly what they were supposed to.
Patrick, 1 second. So you were just trying for the boy, so you just kept on going? I'm just kidding.
Well, science, science, natural science, it's a natural selection. I try for the boys, but for me personally, it doesn't really matter whether I have a boy or a girl. The kids, when you groom them the right way, they all show you love. Okay. And
Merton, let's fix that audio problem. Can you go back and come in, please? I think I'm hearing a lot of cracking sound from your end. Yeah.
What was that?
I said, can you go back and come back in? I mean, I think I'm hearing a lot of feedback.
Okay, let me get out and come back in. Okay.
Mm. Yeah, I don't know whether you guys are hearing it, but it's a lot of feedback. Patrick, I want you to do us a favor too. You are very close to the screen. Yeah. All right, that's better. You wanted to say something? Go ahead.
Okay, so let the guests come back so that I can continue with my questions. Yeah, so let's try to go ahead with an analysis, but my questions are still kept for him.
Yeah, let's see what
you got the flow.
Yeah,
the ground sound still there. Your video is not even on. Your video is not on. No, it's not on. It's dark. It looks like LC carry life for Patrick. That it looks right now. Yeah. So Patrick, did you get the opportunity to listen to latest report before Liberian Senate? Did you listen to that report? You're on mute. You are mute.
In the meantime, let's see while we wait for our guests.
I didn't get your full sentence. Say that again.
Bring it in. Let me view it while our guest comes back.
I told you. I was just asking whether you watched it, but it got a lot of information in it that our county leaders and those of us out in the U.S. and Shelley, on these non-for-profit things and stuff as well. The information in there can be used because the reason the census is done is for economic development, right? So based on the numbers and things that I think Merton is having some issue here. His video is not activated. Merton. Yeah, we got to send a man to IT school. The man got chemistry and all the thing, but IT getting hard time. Yeah. Yeah, so I mean, some of the things that stood up for me, for example, like you see countries that are doing well. I mean, one factor is population, right? And so Liberia is less than 6 million people, and the report says that our women are not reproducing. That becomes a concern to me, right? I mean, so now it raises the question: how can we improve that? What can policymakers, what can leaders do to change that outcome? Because it's not a good outcome to say, okay, let's see, Pajibo is back now. Merton. Hello? Yeah, he having a technical issue today.
I cannot hear you guys.
Yeah, the problem is from your end. Patrick and Shelley, you hearing me, right? Yeah, the problem is from your end, Pajibo.
Okay, so back to him. Welcome back, Merton.
Patrick is not hearing you.
Are you getting me?
He's not hearing us.
Are you getting me?
He's not hearing us.
Oh, really?
Are you hearing us now?
Hello?
He is not hearing us.
Are you hearing us now?
No, he's not. He's not. Yes. Yeah, unfortunately, the device is glitching up too bad. I don't know whether he has Joseph Barker internet to his place, and Patrick now got US internet right now, so yeah.
You know that sounds now they switch places.
Oh yeah. So in Africa, we are said not to have the best internet system. Our audios are not always good. Our videos are dull or blur. Whatever way you can disrupt them. But today, I think Africa has a very good network today. I just say
no doubt, Patrick, no doubt.
Yeah. You can see my face. My audio is clear, my video is bright. And so America is losing, man. We are winning, man. Yeah.
Patrick, you see, you have to understand, every society has people that are on the upper echelon of the economic ladder, right? You could be one of those bourgeois in the country, so you have the best internet service. Whereas when Sam comes on, Sam internet, the background is dark. So, you are one of those people maybe that, I don't want to use that word, getting little thing from the government, or you are doing consultancy with the government, so they put you somewhere in the budget, you're getting, because I just look at the recent budget, the recent national budget, our budget now reached 1.2 billion now, so yeah, 1.2 billion. And our lawmakers, every time the money goes on, they got to chop more. So their budget went up too, The guys got 51 million in the budget, Yes. So we are feeding the politicians. Once the budget grows, their budget got to grow too. That's amazing. All right. Yeah, but I was talking about the report, Patrick. That report is very important. For Shelley, she done with the bonding now. That's a good thing. But we have to brainstorm as a nation. How? Because China is one of the powerful countries in the world. Guess what? Is the people that got 1 billion plus people. Let me see. Let me bring Pajibo back again. Merton. Yeah, the man is not using. But you see, the man is anti-imperialist. So as a result, he's not using.
I never found from his end. So
Merton, are you there? Hello?
Is it okay?
No, he's not. He's not still hearing us. Yeah, he's not hearing us. Hello?
Okay, bring him back. Let's see.
No, it's not.
No.
So, like I said, the man is anti-imperialist. So, as a result, he's not using Comcast. He's not using Verizon.
He need to restart his stuff. You know why? You could be right. You probably
he's not using Verizon. He's not using Comcast. Yeah.
Who knows? He probably created his own internet something in there, trying to experiment it on our show.
Yeah, the man has something, and he always trying something out. So maybe that's what the problem is. So while we are waiting for this, for the man to come back, I want to play this video so we can give our take on it. Try again. See, when the man does not come on, then we'll just. Merton.
Can you see?
All right, good. Let's see. Your audio is now coming through.
They hear you now.
Y'all can't hear me?
We hear you now.
Okay. I apologize. I'm not sure what is going on.
Yeah, I think you are doing an experiment with the device. That's why. Yeah, but Patrick, go ahead.
Okay, so thank you for getting back successfully. Are you indoctrinated into the Western culture based on the fact that, I mean, none of your children uh, is walking your shoes? This is not typical of the African culture. You are a traditional man, perhaps. To say if you were a lawyer, your children were bound to be lawyers, or maybe if you were a pastor, some of them will grow into becoming a pastor, or one way or the other, something that you are used to, you will walk into it. Is it that the Western culture took you off your African heritage?
To be frank with you, no. And because, first of all, as I said, I'm an independent thinker, and I groom my children to be independent thinkers. And most of the time, at age 8, I always ask all of them, what do you want to be? And they usually tell me what they want to be. Okay, I try to move away from the idea that, because I'm a scientist, you have to be a scientist. There are different ways that people can contribute to society. So I actually gave my children a chance to tell me what they want, and then I try to find means to show them things that make them happy about what they want. But a lot of them were actually listening to what I told them, that economically, you want to be economically independent. You want to be able to find a job when you finish school. You don't want to get a degree where later on you realize that you just wasted all your money. So I believe they were really listening to me, and a lot of them went to watch me coach and to see how I was passionate about these things and teaching classes and stuff like that. And they saw things that I did, so they just took my idea and fixed it in a way where it works for them.
Okay, so now let's go back to your career path. Um,
Yes.
in Africa, we are made to believe that certain career or certain professions, I mean, give you quick success. I mean, in the military, in the healthcare areas, I mean, in other areas, that have gainful, gainful opportunities. Now you have transitioned from one career path to the other. So what happened? Is it like when you went into the military, you didn't see it there, and then you moved into the other area, you didn't see it there, and then you got to go into teaching? Is teaching giving you what you really wanted?
To be frank with you, is none of that. Okay, as you experiment with different field, you realize that what, I can do more than one thing. I'm not stuck to just being a military person. I can be a military person and still be a scientist. I can be a military person and still be a teacher. And these are the things that I try to make known to the young people. Because they say you are a chemist, it doesn't mean that chemistry is the only thing you can do. You can do other things too. The only thing is you just have to experiment and see. Okay? Like, for example, my dream have always been, other than the presidency, to travel to different countries and find out about different things. There were times where people told me, oh, you'll never do it. You won't do this. You won't do that. And what I did, I just talked to the right people and found out who can help me to get to this thing without paying any money. And what I did, I came up with this congressman. I didn't even know this guy was a congressman. I was just sitting in my uncle barber shop talking one day. And then after we finished talking, to make long story short, he said, I have a program that I'm trying to send a lot of Black American kids overseas, but none of them wants to go. So I asked him, I said, is it possible if I can go? He said, but you are a successful man. You don't need this. Okay. But I told him, I said, I want to go and see. So he told me, he said, well, they only pay $1,500 a month. So I asked him, I said, do they give you housing? He said, yes. Do they give you free insurance? He said, yes. So I told him, I said, I will go. And I just chose China because, first of all, in US, they used to show how China was one of the most poorest country and this and that. And then when I got to China, what did I find out? The Chinese people are driving BMW, Mercedes, Range Rover. So that is not the life of a poor person. And that also make me what? Calibrate some of the stuff that they say about our people. I already know from in Liberia that we're not poor. Yes, maybe we don't have all the shiny stuff, but we are rich in terms of agriculture. We own our own land. If a lot of our people can go back and develop their own land, they'd be right there. The purpose of working is to what? Get money to buy food, drink, and so forth. If you have land where you can grow your own food, you don't have to worry about other people bringing you stuff. So these different experiences actually got me to what? Get in sync with the issues that we have in Liberia, where we're looking to other people to give us stuff when we already have it all right there, and all we have to do is what? Come back to the basics and try to utilize those things to get what we need.
Excellent. All right. And every great man, every great man leaves a legacy when he leaves the stage. And in the next 20 to 40 years, you will not be active as you are now. Um, are you are you thinking about retirement back in Liberia? When you shall have left the scene, are you thinking about coming to Liberia? And if yes, what preparation is in place to accommodate the stay comfortably, looking at where
Well,
you have lived the rest of the life.
to be frank with you, when I come back, I want to go straight into the heart of Drawson District and Pajibo Town. That's where I want to be. Okay, forget about Monrovia. There are too many things in Monrovia now. Too many is overpopulated. You want to start off fresh in an area where you can set up things where you can actually convince people to do things. Okay, so for me, I will end up back in our villages. That's where I want to be because, like I said, my ideas, those area give me the room to do those things that I'm looking for. Okay.
Lastly, you cast yeah you cast some blames on Liberian politicians, especially leaders, uh, for the way the country looks. The country is not impressive from what you saw in 2019, and from the way leaders conduct themselves. I mean, it is on you. It is not of what you see on the other side. In your retirement or in a very not distant future, coming to Liberia, looking at the way the politics or just conducting offices, do you look in the public office for the future, representative, senator, uh, okay, the presidency? I hate talking about that earlier, but do you want to reaffirm that you have an ambitious plan for the future politically?
To be frank with you, and I'm being sincere about this. I had cut any political ambition out of my crafting for Liberia. I'm mostly interested in building a foundation where I can actually teach people, and I can go from state to state where we can build a foundation like a school system or program in which we can actually grooms our people into a scientific mindset. Because like I said, if you look at every great country, this is one of the area that keep them going, because every day these people are bringing out new technology. If you look at America, America has over 2,000 universities, and every day they are putting out new ideas, and they're bringing people from our country here and giving us scholarship to do these things. So I look at all the ideas, and these are the same idea that I'm carving out in terms of my plan to try to help our people. Okay, and for me, I'm not into. I mean, I love our Sarpo and Kru people, but I'm not into ethnic bias. So if you say you want to be a leader of a country, then you got to learn to what? Do things that's going to help everybody. So if you do become a leader, everybody can glorify you. So I guess if I do decide, this is where my own ambition going to come from, because I plan on not only doing it in Sino, but I also plan on going to Lo-Fi and other area and trying to see how I can help some of those people also. Because regardless what we say, whether we're Kru or Sarpo people, we're all connected by the word Liberia. So even though they're not from our ethnic group, they're still part of us. And without them, Liberia cannot succeed. Everybody has to work together as one.
Please, last follow-up question quickly. As a classroom teacher, like what we see here, like what we experience when we're in high school, and what we still continue to see in the school system. Do you think
Okay, I think your system froze.
That's what happened when Madison allowed him to ask 4 questions and allowed me to ask just 2.
I know.
You see, Shelley, the man was putting mouth on U.S. internet right now. That he the one in the problem right now. You're laughing at earlier. Let's
so
see.
why you allow him to ask 4 questions and go into 5, but you only allow me to ask 2?
You want a while, you want a while. You want at least 7 questions, and the man just won 4, and you are crying. But if you have another question, go ahead before I engage into, because I want to engage. We are winding down here. If you have another question, go ahead.
Okay. So I want to ask this question: was there a defining movement in your life, maybe during your time in the Marine or as a student, when you realized your calling?
Okay, very good, very good. Yes, I think I first realized my calling when we went to Iraq in the military. Okay, and during that war, there were a lot of catastrophic things that happened. Okay, and because I saw the Liberian war, but I was not physically there. Okay. But being in these wars where I went to Somalia, Panama, and all these different places, things that I saw gave me a second thought that, we need to do more to try to, scale back things such as war and things like that. Okay, so I realized that, with my ability, because in the military, I also started teaching combat engineers how to do certain things. Okay, because I was what they call an MBC. I work with a nuclear biological weapon program. So I was the one that was training a lot of the people how to use those things and what are the dangers that come with it. So when I look at it, I say, one of the most painful things all the time is what? I have all these abilities and I cannot help my own people with it. Okay? My hope is that the leadership in Liberia will wake up and they're going to try to reach out to their brothers and sisters and grandchildren across the ocean to tell them and find means to help them to come back. Because there are a lot of things that we can do to make ourselves better, put ourselves on the map with Burkina Faso, Niger, and Mali.
Okay.
Okay, Patrick, get the flow. Say your internet is better now. Go ahead.
Okay. So I was asking about comparing the Liberian school system with what you teach in the American school system. Yeah, it is considered a mess, and it is characterized by bribery and other, criminal academic issues. My question: has there been a point in time a student in your class attempted, to tip you or to give you something for failing your test, or maybe doing anything inimical academically?
To be frank with you, I don't accept bribery, but what I do is I stay after school to help them. If the student fail, I give them a second chance. So I stay after school with them and I try to show them everything and I ask them questions to tell me exactly where they are having problems. And based on their answer, I try to rearrange the way I teach. Okay? Because everybody, certain people, they hear things. Some people learn by hearing things very good. Some people learn by watching, and some people learn by doing. So for me, I have this saying: I hear, I forget; I see, I remember; I do, and I understand. And this is how I set up my curriculum. So I don't want to just talk to them, because someone can talk to you and you forget in the next 5 minutes. But I show them pictures. I give them a chance to experiment with these things. And then from there, I ask them questions. Because each time I teach something, I put in a little survey question through the PowerPoint, because I got some kids that are very shy. They don't like to talk. They're scared of public fright. So I put these questions in there, and they will answer and tell me exactly what problem they're having, and their names are sealed. So based on this now, I changed my curriculum around to see what's the best way to help them.
All right. Pat,
Can I get one question, please?
Yeah, you will be asking one question all day.
That's one question. So you have written powerful poems and about Liberia's struggle, right?
Yeah.
And hope as well. What role does portrait play in your healing, your teaching, and the connection you have to home?
Okay, that's a very good thing. Writing portrait, you got to have some charisma, and you got to do a lot of thinking and stuff like that. So basically, as far as I'm concerned, it worked right in line with my teaching, because be diligently, you have to sit there and write programs that are going to fit the needs of the students. And in poetry, I look at all the different places that we're deficient in, and I kind of offer a little bit of constructive criticism. And at the same time, I offer like certain solutions as to what to do. Like one of my poems where I talk about, Liberia, if we want to be successful, we got to get rid of the foreign power in our country. We got to close the embassy down. We got to what? Stop our resources from leaving Liberia. Because a few days ago, I felt so bad. A Chinese lady that lived in Liberia was showing a train that was going for 30 minutes. Has nothing but diamond, gold, and all kinds of stuff on it. And then the question you got to ask yourself, how do we get all these resources leaving the country and our people are not getting any money? What is going on? Okay, so I put all of that into the portrait and things like that. And, I'm starting to have fun with it, to be frank with you.
Patrick, let's see what we can bring the viewers in here, some of their comments. Yeah, so let's see what they got for our guests in terms of questions. Let's see. So this gentleman right here, Stanley, most of what we read and heard about the current Burkina Faso are from his supporters and mostly AI generated. There are human rights violations and the silencing of political opponents. There's no freedom of expression. Patrick, you want to react to that comment? Hello?
Yeah, come out with a question, with a comment. What the person saying in the comment?
I was talking to Merton, but it looks like Merton is frozen.
Okay.
Merton, you hear me?
Oh, I can react to that. Well, guess what? In every struggle, there will always be problem. Okay? There's no great leader that have come about that is trying to do something where there will be no mishandling of things. But if you look at the mean things that the gentlemen have been doing, it's far exceed most of the stuff that people are complaining about. Burkina Faso didn't have any roads. He built a lot of roads for the few years he's been in. He started an airline company. Burkina Faso did not have their own airline. They were using France. Okay, now they're building their own what? Weapon program. They have a civilian program to what? Expose a lot of the African leaders that are being puppet to the Western countries. So those are a lot of major achievements that he has done. Okay, so no leader is going to be free. They're just starting out. It only been, I think about 3 or 4 years now. You're not going to get everything done in 3 or 4 years. It takes time. Jerry Rawlings couldn't do it in 3 or 4 years. Neither have the U.S. or Great Britain or France. It took several decades. But when we have certain people that are giving us things that we need, we must give them a chance. And we must, yes, you can criticize, but make sure that your criticism is realistic.
Yeah, and there's a lot of issue with that statement too, right? Merton, just to supplement what you just said. Okay, the man said most of what we read and heard about the current president are from his supporters. So say, for example, if Stanley Sewan supports Merton Pajibo, and he says something positive about Merton. Should we dismiss it? You know,
Well,
so he's saying this, he support the supporters of Tuareg should not say something nice, and he also said they are AI generated. How does he know that? You know, and then he went on to say that there are human rights violations. Okay, where are you getting the information from? That there are a lot of human rights violations. What are the sources? From whom are you getting the information? All right, yeah. So the second question you had or comment you has here. Your guest is forgetting about the historical role Liberia played in Africa liberation and the Pan-Africanism. Let the guest point out any verifiable developments in Burkina Faso that were not in progress or initiated by the previous regime.
So once again, we're not going to get into more harassment about what was and what wasn't, okay? But let's look at the whole idea of the whole thing, okay? And you talk about Liberia liberation. Yes, we did. We also caused a destruction of Liberia liberation, because when the Monrovia group went for the Pan-Africanism, it was our president, and along with other presidents, that said that they should wait and they should not have united Africa. So you have to go back and look at the whole thing. Am I saying that everything is contributed to Liberia? No. But what I am saying is, just like you rightfully said, Mr. Madison, you can't just hear things and follow it. You have to have references. And you got to make sure that these information that you're getting are not from people that don't want to see your country be better. Because right now, with Tuareg being in this place, the Western countries are after this man. They have tried to kill him 47 times. Okay? And they're not killing him because he's just a leader. They're going after him because he's young. This guy reaches a lot of the young people, which is what the imperialist people are afraid of. You got Mali president, you got Niger, they're after them, but they're not as much after them as they are with this guy, because this guy can actually reach the young people. And what it said, if you kill the head of the snake, the rest of it die. So if they try to get rid of him, this have always been the Western philosophy. So yes, there would be a lot of problems, but we also got to make sure that those problems that we're hearing, that they are correct and they're sound.
Yeah, and he also, I mean, just to add on to what you also said, the brother also said that you should name verifiable developments in Burkina Faso that were not in progress or initiated. The last time I checked, the prior administration, they were not building domestically. They were not building vehicles. They have domestic. The Burkina Faso building their own vehicles right now. You know, so that's something that the previous leaders were not doing. You know, so there are a lot of things the brother is doing.
Airline. That's something they wasn't doing.
Right.
And he opened free tuition for all the young people. That's something that they were not doing.
Okay. Merton. Yeah.
Go ahead. I was gonna say, it's okay if I take like about one or two more questions, because I have another appointment, if you don't mind.
Yeah, definitely. That's what I was just about to say. Let's close it up. Yeah. So, but before I let you go, though, Shelley, you have a question too. But the question I wanted to ask, it has to do with you were talking about motivating. Let me go here. Western medicine versus African medicine. Which one do you think is effective, though? The Western medicine or the herbs that you were talking about previously?
To be frank with you, most of the Western medicine are nothing but medicine that they took from our people. They took it and put it into pill form. In Liberia, we don't have pills form. Our people that just take the herb and put it together and give it to. And I'll give you an example. Back home, when you're sick as a kid, in Sarpo, I only know the Sarpo name for it. They give you what they call nyanya pum. They boil this stuff, and then you drink it when you have fever, and they get you well. Well, guess what? All the Western countries do is they take the same material and they distract it. They get the chemicals out of it, and then they put it into jars for manufacturing. But it's the same exact thing. Okay? The methodology of doing it is different, but it's the same thing.
So but Merton, are you saying, in other words, because I was listening to the population census, and one thing the guy said was the life expectancy in Liberia is 58 years, right? So are you saying, in other words, the people are not living longer in Liberia because they are not taking African remedy and they are taking more
I
Western?
would never say that. To be frank with you, I would never make such statement because first of all, I have to do research to find out, the problem. We know momentarily in Liberia, we just came from out of a war. There are a lot of biomaterial and a lot of virus out there and things like that. All those things could be part of it. The nutritional level is kind of is not good for certain people. It's so many factors. So we're just coming from a chaos. So it's kind of hard to determine such thing at this moment.
Shelley, you have question? Let the man be on for a while so we can let him go. If you have question, go ahead.
No, I think I'm good. I just want to close. Last closing question is to say, all of this stuff are really great. You are doing an amazing job. But my only fear is to, I want to know how you can transfer these skills over to young Liberian. Basically, how can you transfer all this knowledge, these skills over? Because I think that's what a lot of people are lacking. There are a lot of great people that have amazing skill, but those skills are not transferred to young people. How can you transfer your skills to young Liberians?
Okay, so to be frank with you, this is why we got organizations like USAA, Liberia First, and the Sino County organization, right? So we implement certain things that we can use as a motor vehicle to try to get to our people. Like, for example, the USAA hospital that we're building. This is a foundation we're setting for a lot of our nurses in the U.S. to go over there and volunteer to help our people. So the more things that we get out there, and the more that the government and and our organizations work together, we can do far more than what we imagine.
So somebody asking you our leaves are better than I don't know, you use the word civilized medication. Yeah, Zaza is asking.
Well, I don't get into that, but civilization started from Africa, so there is no comparison between Africa and the Western country. We taught the Western country civilization, so civilization resumed with our people.
Okay, my last question: do you believe in voodoo?
Well, it depends on what you define as voodoo. What is your definition of voodoo?
It's the application of African science.
Well, frankly speaking, since I don't know much about it, I cannot elaborate on that, okay? But I know that our people have some great medicine, and this is where I'm focused at.
Okay, last question. I mean, you used the word imperialist multiple times. Who are you referring to?
Well, I'm referring to U.S., France, Great Britain, Germany. These are all the people that went and split Africa up during the Berlin Conference of 1884. And they didn't want to have control over our resources. These are some of the reasons why we have a lot of coup in Africa. So when I say imperialism, they are the one that I'm talking about because they're the one who always influencing our people to get into war. African countries do not have weapons. So when we have all these civil wars, we got to ask ourselves, where are these weapons coming from? They're the one producing it. So they're the one I'm referring to.
Yeah, but I see hypocrisy in that statement though, because you are U.S. Marine. So when you are U.S. Marine, who are you? I mean, aren't you an imperialist because you went to other country? You invaded basically. You are helping the agenda.
Aren't you? Madison, I was doing a job, but not only that, my job taught me these things that I'm talking about. If I had not done this job, I would have never knew most of these things. Because I can actually speak on these things because I went there and I saw these actions and I realized that this is what's taking place. And that's why I can actually speak on it because I have already had the experience. So if
you have to push the agenda so you can speak on it.
Well, at that moment I was doing a job, okay, because I did not know the agenda. I learned the agenda after I got in there. So and once I got it, and I'm teaching the people.
Merton, man, thank you for your time. I appreciate your time.
Y'all have a wonderful day. Thank you for having me on the show.
All right.
Thank you.
Shelley, thank you for your plenty of questions. You did very well. I'm impressed. You are working on your art and your craft every day. You are doing your research. What happened to your internet too? Your internet tripping you? Your internet is tripping. Yeah, all the people then today, I don't know whether they got Joseph Baker internet. I don't know what happened to them. Yeah, Shirley too is not. Internet is acting up. Shirley is not adding on right now. Internet sucks. All right, so guys, we want to say thank you so much for following us on this edition of Voices of Sarpo. Let's see some of their comments then that you got up here. Let's see. Let me come from the beginning. There, my man Sam here is talking about more music. Yeah, I'm here for family listening. All right, cool. Thanks for watching. Following from home, relaxing. Okay, that's my wife. All right, let's see. Shelly saying, love you 100%. Who there again? Miss, let's see, Shelly's back. Hey, Shelly.
Yeah, I'm on my phone. I was using my laptop. Is it
Yeah,
better?
yeah, it's far better now. Yeah, Patrick, you and Patrick and Merton. I don't know what kind of internet you're using today. You know. Yeah, but like I was saying, I really when I leave, I'll be relaxed. I see, Shelly will run the show without issues. She will do her research. I'm quite impressed. Yes, if you have closing thought, the second segment of the show, you might not come. I'm not too sure, but I don't want to put words in your mouth.
But I'm gonna come. You say at 4 p.m.
Yeah, 4 p.m. Yeah.
Okay, yes, I'm gonna come because I've done my little research on the guest that is coming on, and I would like to get to know more about him because people in our community that are doing great things. Now a lot of time people get to point them out or give them their flower. We ought to wait for the most part when something happens to somebody that they are no longer around before we start talking about them.
Right.
So I think this is really great that you have started, bringing out people that are doing so much in the community, but now a lot of people get to point them out. For example, our guest that just left, amazing thing that he's doing. Imagine you being a teacher and get to educate a lot of young leaders. And that's what he's doing. So I'm really grateful that we had him on here and the world get to know about the things that he's doing and his mindset to change young Liberians and encourage them and motivate them in his science field. I mean, that is a hard thing to do. So I'm looking forward to what he has to offer, what he has to give back, not just to Sano County that he said, but to Liberians as a whole. So yeah, young Liberian, I want to say, our future leaders. So
Yeah,
I'm looking forward to the show at 4 p.m. And you know that's the Kru and Sarpo blood. I have to give my speech to let people know that I'm actually looking forward to 4 p.m.
Okay. Oh yeah. Me too. I'm looking up to the brother. Yes, it will be another wonderful interview too as well. See what Paul wants to do for. They call it POSA. POSA is Pennsylvania Old Timer Spokes Association. I think that's what it means.
Yeah,
So
and I
I
have
want
a
to.
really good friend of mine that when I was in Philly, they used to go on the fee as when I was young now, Now I used to go on the fee and
You're still young, so don't act like you
well,
old
I
man.
mean like when I was in my youth teen, used to go on the fee and then Nian, he's a crown guy, actually was leading that football team or organization if I can remember correctly, and I think he did an amazing job. So I want to know what his mindset is as well.
Yep, yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait as well to hear from the brother. But Shelly, let you get back to base to kind of get a little lunch and get ready for second round.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Yes. Get some. I don't know what I want. For me, I got tteokbokki here, so yeah, I want to have fun with tteokbokki. Yeah. I mean,
See,
it's
you're
not my
too
favorite.
far away.
What?
You're too far away to share your tteokbokki.
Yeah. I mean, I will share easily because it's not my favorite. I like tteokbokki better.
Which one? The water grain?
Yeah, tteokbokki. It looks like water grains. It looks like pepper soup. Kind of. Yes, but I like that better than tteokbokki. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but I'll see you shortly in a few hours, and
sure.
enjoy the rest of your day. I just want to play the people put their comments up. They took their time to comment, so you can go and I'll just put their comments, and I'll call you a day for now on my end.
All right.
And then we'll come
Thank
back
you.
later.
Thanks for having me.
All right, Shirley. Thank you.
Okay. Bye.
All right. All right, guys. So that's Shirley there, my co-host.